Just a few tracks left. Up next, we got track number 12 called Gods of War, which obviously we've been hearing about this whole album, so let's check it out. Cool. Once I heard the drums mixed with the more orchestra stuff, I'm like, okay, we're probably gonna get some guitars in here, and we did, and they sound freaking cool. Almost like Star Wars. Imperial March.
The sons of Odin await thy command. Born under the sign of the hammer we stand, and here we all may die. Our blood on the ground, the battle horn sound. Let thy Valkyries fly down from the sky into the fight. Hearts full of rage, full of thunder and glory. Swords in the wind, crossing the sky.
Now we're cooking with fire. I don't know if you heard me while the music was playing. I don't know how loud my mic was then, but I was saying this reminds me of Star Wars, like the Imperial March. Dum, 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 dum. I don't know, it kind of reminded me of it just a bit. It has that groove to it. I don't know, I absolutely love it. And this is what I'm talking about when I love symphonic and orchestrated type music, but I love it when it's mixed with metal like this. They're kind of going back and forth with it in the same track, you know, and incorporating it together and not just having it do its own thing on its own and then the next track do a metal track. But yeah, I would love if they could do this together all the time because I think it sounds really cool. It sounds badass. I love the main verse riff. It's very cool. And here, like the trumpets in the background and the way the vocals are layered, just gives it that epic feel on top of this badass groove. I'm loving it. The sky, Lords of Doom, bring an end to their story. Day is the day we die in the fight. None shall remain to pass one more night. Now thou founders calling us immortal. We are gods immortal. We are gods.
a breeze full of thunder and glory. Swords in the wind, swords in the wind, crossing the sky, crossing the sky. Lords of doom bring an end to the story.
Eric Adams is saying it best. Wow. Like, best track on the album, possibly? It's hard to say. I went through so many at this point. I know there's a few good ones I liked earlier too, but this one quite possibly is the best. This is what I love. If they're gonna mix symphonic orchestral type elements with their metal, this is how you do it, man. It was epic. It's groovy. I love the layered vocals. The trumpets were badass. Everything worked for me this time around. One of the best tracks I heard by them in this style. So good. Definitely one that's going straight on the playlist. So damn good. Ugh. Now this is what I was waiting for. A track like this. Um, Up next, we got Army of the Dead Part 2. We already heard Part 1 earlier, so let's jump on over to that one.
Raise thy weapons on this day, ye shall not die alone. Fight and die, let Valkyries fly, for they shall take thee home. I promise thee that on this night ye shall be by my side. Asgard's halls await with heroes, brothers that have died. For thee we wait at Asgard's gates. Come join us by our side. Valhalla waits, so choose thy fate. For all of us must
Okay, well, aside from Eric's awesome scream at the end, that one did nothing for me. I'm not a fan of the organ style keys. They do that on only a couple of their tracks, but if you see my older reactions with those organ pieces in them, you'll know I'm not a fan of them. It sounded very religious to me, It sounded like you're in a church or a cathedral or something. And it sounds like all these warriors are dead and they're waiting at the gates of Asgard. They're waiting to go to Valhalla, I'm guessing. So yeah, that was that track. Just like the first Army of the Dead, not a big fan. Moving on, track number 14 with the song just titled Odin. Interesting enough, where we had Odin in multiple titles already, so let's check it out. I love what sounds like whining lead guitars in here. Wow, wow, wow. It's not something we heard on this album yet, right? And just the whole vibe of this track is different.
In the hall of the slain, Valkyries and heroes attend me. Ravens and wolves at my side, forever they did befriend me. I paid an eye for a drink of mead and was given wisdom supreme. Granted to me the secrets of magic, of life and death. Spear hung upside down, 9 days and nights, no food nor mead.
Okay, so it seems like we're doing like going through everything we learned so far and summing it up in one track about Odin, talking about his animal companions, about how he lost his eye, about being stuck upside down by a spear, and and not eating for so long. It's like everything that we heard throughout, it's all kind of coming into one, and it's like Odin's the one narrating it in this song. Pretty cool stuff.
Spear hung upside down, 9 days and nights, no food nor mead. Thou wilt to be a sacrifice of myself unto myself. Wisdom and rhyme, sorcery, death, living inside me.
lot of returning familiar lyrics too from the other tracks as well, right? The same type of passages. Talking about Valkyrie to take me home and to be by your side and by the gate and all this stuff. Like you're hearing some familiar passages from different tracks, which is interesting and definitely makes us feel even more like a concept album than it just being about Odin's life and that, right? So they're definitely keeping the storyline tight and the concepts. That one was pretty good. Kind of summed up the album in one track lyrically. Um, the first half of the track was quite different. It was more your typical heavy metal Manowar with a bit of power metal in there, but the second half was much more in the vein of power metal with, you know, the chorus chants and everything. A pretty good track. Not as great perhaps as Gods of War, because that one was just so fantastic, but I still quite enjoyed this track. We only got one left for this main concept album and then a bonus track, but track number 15 is Hymn of the Immortal Warriors, which is funny because the album opened with Overture to the Hymn of the Immortal Warriors. So I'm guessing this isn't going to be the Overture section of that. Maybe it will be a straight up actual playing style of the same track. I don't know, but let's check it out. Still symphonic.
A hero was he, touching all our lives, as if he lived and died in a single moment. Great were his deeds, all his words were true. He lived and died a man of honor. He paid with his life, for his life was the price to pass the gates immortal. My journey begins with sword in the wind. Stay thy hand, rest thy command. For Odin's call was heard above them all. Thy name shall never die.
See, I much prefer a song like this, again, where it's not just symphonic on its own, where you're still adding in the metal elements and they get to play together. That's my type of thing. And I just want to mention the first part of the track with the acoustic guitar in the background picking. I thought that sounded really great and really paired well with the rest of the track. Pretty cool so far.
Blood and death lived on his sword, the god of war, his only lord. Into the depths of hell, though all he fell. So it was. By the hand of Odin did the immortal warrior pass through the gates of Valhalla and into legend.
Every time I hear group chants like this, like in the way it's sung, like this in the chorus, almost like a power metal style, but with multiple people, I don't know why I always envision like pirates on a ship or sailors singing. Just gives me those vibes. And that's a wrap on this concept album. What a way to finish it. This track was very diverse and had a lot of changes in it, different styles mixed in. The solo, the way the solo came in, I thought it was going to be like a Western solo or something. The way it started, it almost had that sound, but it wasn't. Yeah, pretty good way to finish off the album. You make it to Valhalla and become a legend, right?